I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
There is a reason why I'm making this video. We're making this live stream. I was going to do a video on this, but since what happened since a bunch of so-called men tried to dogpile a woman on Don Gordito's discussion board, since you got 3-4 men on Don Gordito's comment section trying to dogpile on a woman. This is the reason why I'm doing this live stream. And let me say this to SUPASLY75. I want to thank you for bringing this to my attention. I want to thank SUPASLY for bringing this to my attention, because this needs to happen. Okay? This needs to happen, because yes, it's time for things to stop. It's time for things. It's time to change the culture. Okay? It's time to change the culture. And yes, and Google and YouTube allow things like this to continue because they will not abide by their terms of service and their community guidelines. And what happened on your boy Don Gordito, the man from Boston, Massachusetts, is the reason why I'm doing this video. Well, this live stream partially. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's play the clip. Oh, you know what?
Major heat online tonight over a proposed California law. It attempts to hold social media companies accountable for threatening content. But some conservative social media accounts and personalities have been warning that it could severely limit free speech and result in major penalties against people. KCRA3's
now, it says social media companies should be responsible. You see how people say things that is not true? Social media companies should be held responsible for the channels that they push. You know, I'm just going to put this up here real quick. I'm going to put this up here real quick so everybody can understand what I am referring to, right? Let me put this up here for y'all to see it, right? Okay. Policy matters. Rules matter. And this individual has been pushed by YouTube. And he been going on YouTube doing this. But Big J is the problem. It's not about money. It's about principle.
Political Director Ashley Zavala is getting the facts on this proposal.
To silence us on social media.
A proposed California law is getting into the center of the free speech debate online. Former reality TV star turned political activist Spencer Pratt posting this video Thursday, urging people to call Governor Newsom to reject Senate Bill 771. The bill specifically targets major social media platforms such as Facebook and X. It would place up to $1 million fines and civil penalties for the role platforms could play in hate crimes by amplifying threatening content or using algorithms that push it. State law already punishes individual people who do so.
I would guarantee you that Newsom thinks me calling him out for letting 12 senior citizens burn alive in Pacific Palisades, I would guarantee him and his social media team would consider that hateful content.
In no way, shape, or form is that accurate.
Ed Howard is the senior legal counsel for the Children's Advocacy Institute at the University of San Diego School of Law. He helped Democratic lawmakers write the proposal.
The First Amendment protects offensive, salacious, insensitive, horrifying, terrible things that people say. The bill is, in fact, about the right of Mr. Pratt, the right of me, and the right of every single one of your viewers to be protected from threats of violence in response to his speech.
Right, right. We got a clown on YouTube. I made a live stream about him yesterday, talking about his stepdaughter, right? What he thought of his stepdaughter. We also have a person, and I'm gonna say this again, shout out to SUPASLY, because even he backs this bill. Now, I read the bill, by the way. I read it. And I'm going to review the bill as I'm, over here. And I have a little bit of a problem with this bill, but if I was governor, I'd sign it and heavily enforce it against Google and other social media companies that keep propping up the angry mans of the world and idiots and clowns who do salacious things with the internet.
If those threats of violence would legitimately and reasonably place a regular old person in fear for their lives or being harmed.
Is this an attempt to have the government dictate what social media companies can keep up or down?
No, it's the other way around. Look, one thing that ought to unite everybody on the political spectrum is that nobody should be trusting the social media platforms to be the guardians of our free speech.
Right. And he's right about it, right? Because anybody can go look and read the terms of service of Google. Anybody can read the terms of service of the community guidelines, rather, of YouTube. And as you're reading it, and you're looking what's on your screen and what's being pushed says otherwise. Fresh and Fit has no business to being pushed when several women have made threats upon on their podcast. When Tommy Sotomayor was talking about taking a woman and draw her off the balcony at Fresh and Fit's podcast. Now I'm just saying Fresh and Fit because we see it, right? Or what happened on whatever podcast. Or whatever happened at the Fight Club with Anton Daniels. See, I can go on and on and on and on. The physical violence. And then we see idiots saying, oh, I'm going to slap somebody's girlfriend upside the head. And their channels had not been taken. I'm for it. Because when you make a video on YouTube, it says what? Make sure your video goes by the community guidelines in the Google's guidelines in the terms of service. Okay. Then somebody on the panel said, oh, it's funny. Cassie West deserved to be stumped out by P. Diddy in the effort to advocate for domestic violence. Yes, I'm for it. But there's also another reason why I'm for it. There's another reason. There is another reason why I'm for it. Remember back, and I was talking to Super Sly about it. I'm talking to Sly about it the other day when he was talking about it on his channel. Remember when Cynthia G did the whole Who Choose Better series? Remember that? See, I wrote a legal brief just in case. Yeah, I'm about to go here with this. See, I wrote a legal brief just in case somebody popped off on her. What happened was, and when I said popped off, I'm talking about filing a lawsuit on her. On Cynthia G's Who Choose Better, a lot of her supporters in California, Arizona, Washington State, New York, the DC area, her fan base in each of those locations went inside of stores harassing interracial couples, taking pictures of them. Some of them went inside certain houses of certain interracial couples, take pictures so that Cynthia can sit there and say all these men are gay. Because you with a white woman, you're a black man with a white woman, you're gay, making homophobic remarks. No, I'm for it. Yes, I am completely for this bill, and I hope by the weekend, because it's October the 9th right now. Hopefully by Monday, this bill becomes law. And since YouTube and Facebook and other social media companies are in California, I hope they quickly hurry, start chopping down these channels down. I'm for it. Yes, I am for it. Fuck your freedom of speech. When you do doxing, fuck your freedom of speech when you over here making threats to somebody's kids. Fuck your freedom of speech when you over here trying to call somebody's job. Fuck your freedom of speech. Yeah, I'm going to sit there and say it. When you're out here trying to go after, when you're trying to dogpile on women like a pack of bitches online. I'm for it. Now I don't give a damn how you feel. Because enough is enough, and the culture needs to change. The online culture needs to change, and especially black culture needs to be forced to change, especially in this part of YouTube.
But social media companies are fighting the bill and have warned that it violates the First Amendment.
While the bill seeks to hold platforms accountable for egregious behavior, its structure risks sweeping and protected speech and imposing extraordinary penalties based on subjective judgments about user content, including content the platform did not create.
X's global government affairs account posted in part, it's alarming that California lawmakers sworn to uphold the Constitution have so brazenly ignored their oath. Governor Gavin Newsom has until October 13th to decide what to do with it. At the state capitol, Ashley Zavala, KCRA 3 News.
Right. I'm for it. Yes, I'm for it. But anyway, let's move on to the bill itself. Let's go to the bill. All right. The bill itself. And the link of this is in the description box, by the way. But here is the bill. Here is the text. Personal rights, liability, social platform. Here's the bill introduced by Senator Stern. February 21st, 2025. An act to amend section 4809.8 of the Education Code relating to pupils. Legislative Council Digest. SB 771 as introduced Stern pupils' use of social media. Existing law authorize, the governing board of a school district, a county board of education, or the governing body of a charter school to adapt a policy to limit or prohibit the use of its pupils of social media as defined while these pupils are at a school site or while pupils are under supervision, in control of an employee or employees of that school district. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Is this the right bill? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. But you know what? We can go over here, right? The Senate bill. Here's the text. I'm gonna go down here real quick. The governing board of a school district, county board of education, the governing body of a school shall adopt a policy or limit the use of. This is the bill right here, right? So I hope it passes. I really do. But we can go to the actual bill. You know, we can go over here. And it's at the governor's desk. Yes, it's at the House location. It's on the governor's desk. Right here is at the governor's desk as we speak. Yes, I'm for it. Okay? I'm for it. That's the status. And let me go to the text of the bill. All right? Let's go down to the text. Right? Section 1, California law prohibits all persons and entities, including corporations, from engaging, aiding, abetting, or conspiring to commit acts of violence, intimidation, or coercion based upon race, religion, gender, sexual orientation. That's to you Negroes who want to dogpile on women. Oh yes, I'm for it. Sexual orientation, immigration status, or other protected characteristics. These protections are reflected well established civil rights statutes, including section 51.7, 51.9, and 52.1 of the Civil Code. California has a compelling interest in protecting its residents from targeted threats, violence, harassment, at historically marginalized groups. That interest is especially acute in the light of rising incidents of hate motivated harm, as documented across the state, as follows. The Los Angeles County Commission on Human Relations reported on December 2024 that hate crimes involving anti-immigrant slurs increased by 31%, which marks the highest number since tracking began in 2007. Human Rights Campaign and the Center for Countering Digital Hate has documented a 400% increase in anti-LGBTQ misinformation and harmful rhetoric on major social media platforms. According to Department of Justice data, anti-Jewish bias has rose by 52.9%, and anti-Islamic bias rose by 62% in 2023. Now, we're at Title 23 right here. So, as used in this title, social media platform means a social media platform as defined in Section 22675 of the Business and Professional Code that generates more than $100 million per year in gross revenues. A social media platform that violates Section 51.7, 51.9, 52, or 52.1 drew its algorithms that relate to content to users or aids, and act in concert or conspire in violation of any of those sections, or it is joint to so ever. I think, wait a minute. In violation to any of them sections shall, in addition to any remedy, be liable to prevailing plaintiff for civil penalties for each violation significant to deter future violations, but not to succeed the following: 1, for intentionally, knowing, and willingly violation, a civil penalty up to $1 million. For reckless violation, a civil penalty up to $500,000. If the evidence demonstrates that the platform knew or should have known that the plaintiff was a minor, the court may award up to twice the penalties described in this subdivision. B1. For the purposes of this section, deploying an algorithm that relays content to users may be considered to be an act of the platform independent of the message of the content relayed. A platform shall be determined to have an actual knowledge of the operations of its own algorithms, including how and under what circumstances its algorithms deliver content to some users, but not to others. The title shall be operative on the first on January 1st, 2027. The provisions of this act are settlable. So any provision of this act or the application shall is held invalid, shall not affect, whatever, right? You know the rest. Yeah, you know the rest. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here. Yeah, I forgot, y'all. I forgot. I'm reading this bill here, and I forgot to go over here. Yeah, it's over here. This is what I was actually reading. So forgive me for not going over there. So I'm for it. I'm for it. Especially what happened, what I saw last night. I am for it. Now, do any of y'all have a problem with what I just said? Because I'm for it. Now, enough of that. Right? Enough of that. I'm surprised Maury Delk here with the $5 super chat. But let me talk about something that I just watched, right? I'm going to move on to something else I just watched a few minutes ago. I need to go back and review this before I make my final opinion on this. But it has something to do with this as well. A lot of us over here are targeted because we happen to be in the eyes of many support of a certain content creator. Or we seem to be in league with this certain content creator. So Bomb Cherry made a live stream yesterday evening, or yesterday afternoon, whatever the case may be. And she called out Runim. Yes, she did. And I understand why she did it. Now, I'm not talking about the issues with the women that, the women like, what's her name? Tifa Tap and Choco Kitty. That's not the argument I'm trying to raise. But Bomb do have a point. And I wish Rudim, if he listened to this, I hope he takes heed to what I'm about to say. I hope Rudim takes heed. Bomb is correct. A couple years ago, I try to stop you, Rude. I try to stop you on that panel. Because nobody did not want to hear the graphic details of your crime. Nobody wants to hear the graphic details. So if you knew that the women was upset, the women did not want to hear that. Even I did not want to hear all that. I didn't want to hear all that. And this is why I have a problem with Bomb Cherry on this. I have a problem with Bomb. Because I'm trying to stop Rude. But you, Bomb, how can you be offended when you could have stopped this all together? You could have put your foot down and kicked Rude off the panel. You see, my issue is when Rude put out the graphic details of his crime, which he paid his debt to society, by the way, as a minor. So I got to put that in there. As a minor, he had paid debt to society as a child to that crime. You see, what Rue don't understand, and you know, that some people go to other spaces because some of us go to other spaces to avoid certain people in the original space we come from, because the other space is toxic. So when you go to Sharon's channel and you go to another channel, you go to another channel, and you're telling the world of your issues you had as a young adolescent, as a young juvenile, and the crime you committed as a juvenile. And you do this because of one Negro from Detroit. Now, since all that mess came out, everybody who's associated with you, Rudimp, got targeted. Bomb got targeted. I'm being targeted. Certain people on my channel who my supporters are being targeted because of out of association with you. There's people actually trying to come after me right now over you. There's teams and cliques trying to take me out over you. Somebody last night on Don Gordito's channel try to dogpile on a woman over you. And that man and those Negroes who try to dogpile on a woman, they will face consequences behind that. Because I'm fed up with them. So yeah, Ruda, you know, you shouldn't tell everybody everything because you're affecting other people. I'm just going to tell you the truth. You're affecting other people with what is going on. Now, we got a woman, you got a man, a grown 40-something-year-old man telling a teenager who is his stepdaughter X, Y, and Z. But you committed a crime as a child. They're trying to equate you and that fool is in his 40s. Which is a false argument. But Bomb should have stopped you, and Bomb Cherry should never got up in my way from stopping you. That's why I stopped fucking with Bomb. That's part of the reason why I stopped fucking with Bomb in the damn first place. You see, men, I'm going to say this again. As a man, men see things about to happen before it happens. She's there to entertain. She only looking at things right in front of her nose at the very minute. She ain't looking things down like 6 months from now, 5, next year from now. She don't look at things from the enjoyment of the day. And that's really is a lot of you women's problems. See, I'm not here for fuckery's sake. I view the manosphere as a threat to American and Western society. The manosphere is out. The red pill community is a threat that needs to be eradicated. So you can't be mad at the manosphere and then give comfort and aid to the manosphere. I'm talking to the women now. I'm talking to the women in Bomb Squad. I'm talking to the women on this channel. I'm talking to the women on Sharon's channel. Why be mad at the manosphere? Why come to me with y'all gripes about the manosphere, but then y'all give comfort and aid to these individuals you claim that you despise? It makes no sense to me. So I said what I said, and I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna finish a video. I got 2 videos I'm editing. Actually, there's 3 videos because something just came down the pike, and I saw a bill. I saw a bill in Congress that nobody ain't talking about. When everybody's talking about the shutdown, there's a certain bill I see within the ranks nobody's talking about, and it spooks me. I'm spooked by it. So yeah, I am spooked by certain things that I saw this bill about, and this bill is about copywriting laws that's being passed in Congress. Now, I want to understand what I'm saying. So a bill and a law that is passed by Congress can now be copyrighted. Now, if you don't understand the implications behind a bill being copyrighted protected, right? If you don't understand what that entails, that means you can't voice against it. You can't argue the pros and cons against it. It means even content creators, just what I just did with the California law, the California bill, I will be flagged for copyright for talking about the California bill. Should this bill in Congress pass? See, there's a problem with this. And you know what? I might want to do a separate video, a separate pre-record video on that, because that's coming down the pike on that. So yeah, and yes, and let me say this to Don Gordito: whatever money I make is not the problem. The problem is principle, something that you don't have. Principle, honor, and integrity. That's 3 things you don't have, Don Gordito. You don't got that. Everything to you is entertainment and money. That's why I tell you to go to hell. All right, that's why I told you to go to hell with that. But if any of y'all got a problem with what I said, of anything I said, and I see, I'll drop the link. And let me say it to my detractors: I demand respect. I'm not here to be any of y'all's punks. If you're gonna be taught, you want to be treated like a man, you better talk like a man. You better be forthright like a man, and you better act like a man around me, because I don't see y'all as human beings. All right, I don't see y'all as human beings until you start acting like a human being. Anyway, the link is in the description box. I mean, not description box, in the chat room rather. That's if you want to come up. But I doubt though y'all will hit that link. I doubt it though. You know, I doubt it. So yeah. Anyway, what else? What else is happening? Austin Holloman, the Passport Bros. Yeah, I'm doing a live stream on that. I might do a live. I'm doing a live stream on that later today after I done my hustling. By the way, I got to hustle, right? So after I do my hustling, and all of that, I'm gonna do a live stream about what's going on in Kenya and the Passport Bros. And I'm gonna ask y'all, does the culture needs to change? And this is what Austin Holloman don't seem to understand. You come to these countries looking for sex. You know, what happened in Kenya is not Austin Holloman's fault. I'm going to be fair about it, right? I'm going to be fair about it. It's not Austin Holloman's fault. What is Austin Holloman's fault is he created the culture. Well, he didn't create the culture. He exacerbated the culture. He heightened the culture to the most heights. And now ex-cons with grape charges, or who was sentenced with grape, is going to Kenya, going to Brazil, going to Thailand, and going to each and every these countries and buying women up so these women can be abused and mistreated and everything else. See, it's time to start making things right again. So since nobody's hitting the link, because we know what is about to happen if y'all do hit the link, I'm going to say y'all have a good one. Y'all have a good one, though. Okay? Y'all have yourselves a good one, because y'all know y'all scared. Y'all know I don't put up with nobody's bullshit. That's right. I put up with nobody's foolishness. So yeah, I don't have time talking to you low brain, low frequency Negroes. Because I'll make you act right. I'll make you talk right over here. I'll force you to look at the bigger picture of things. And y'all are not smart enough to go there. Oh, and you know, I'm petty, y'all. I'm petty. And Chris Law, I heard you. Why my name is in your mouth, Chris? Don't you ever call somebody a retard. I only talked to you once. I suggest you shut your old ass up, because I don't care about what you or Sansaray or none of that crap that you was doing. You're a grown man. And the thing is, most of the men who I'm talking to, y'all almost 50 years old. And you got a juvenile mindset. Anyway, I'm done with this, y'all. Since nobody want to come up, which I don't care, because y'all not gonna talk me over here. Oh, what's up, love wisdom? What's going on with you? What's going on with you, love wisdom? I will be going live. Well, if I have time, because I got to do things though, because I got to hustle. You know, I got to do me some hustling, right? So yeah, after I'm done doing what I need to do, I'm gonna be live. I'm gonna talk about Austin Holloman and the and that movement, that anti-passport bro movement in Kenya. But like I said, y'all should not blame Austin for it. The real blame for it should be on Jay Rillo, if you ask me. You know, he should get most of this blame, but Austin should get partially blamed because he created the culture, or he heightened the culture, you know, and try to sexualize women in various countries. So anyway, I'm gonna jump off of here. I might go live. Hell, I might go live with the next few more hours. Who knows? Who knows? But that's why I'm doing my hustling, right? Y'all be good. Y'all be fine, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. In peace. Oh. And by the way, thank you for the $5, Morik Delk. Thank you for the $5. I'm out.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.